On the news tonight, Nigeria at 60, President Bola Tinubu assures Nigerians that his administration will continue to channel resources into critical socio-economic sectors. Leadership of the National Assembly urged Nigerians to be patient with reforms, affirm support to the present administration on 65th Independence Anniversary. Also on the news, correspondents x-ray Nigeria's legislative role since independence. Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News. I am Lami Ali. The news begins on a celebratory note as Nigeria clocks 65 years of independence. President Bola Tinubu is assuring Nigerians that his administration will continue to channel resources into critical socio-economic sectors to improve quality of education, healthcare, infrastructure development, and will also ensure availability of good food on the tables of Nigerians. This is another assurance coming from the president as he addressed Nigerians on the occasion of the 65th independence anniversary of the country. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab reports.
65 years after the largest black nation in the world got independence, it's another moment to appraise the journey of self-determination.
Fellow Nigerians,
and the leader of today pays tribute to his forebearers, those who fought for the home rule and those who had before him upheld the enduring unity and ensuring the progress and development of the country. President Bola Tinubu traces the trajectory of development under successive administration since independence with due acknowledgement of a steady growth. And irrespective of a deficit in social and economic sectors, as well as infrastructural development, the president says his administration is standing up to the task of resetting the country for sustainable growth.
Our administration has redirected the economy towards a more inclusive path, channeling money to fund education, healthcare, national security, agriculture, and political economic infrastructure, such as roads, power, broadband, and social investment programs. These initiatives will generally improve Nigerians' quality of life.
Now, less than 3 years of his administration, the president reports the growth of the GDP by 4.23% in 2025 second quarter. Inflation's fall to 20.12%, the lowest in 3 years, along with efforts to boost agricultural production and ensure food security.
We have attained a record-breaking increase in non-oil revenue, achieving 2025 target by August, with over 20 trillion naira. In September 2025 alone, we raised 3.65 trillion. That is 411% higher than the amount raised in May year 2023. We have restored physical health. Our debt service to revenue ratio has been significantly reduced from 97% to below 50%.
He also highlights others of the 12 remarkable economic milestones of his government to include stronger foreign reserve, tax to GDP ratio, trade surplus, improvements in oil production, social investment program, naira stabilization, recovery in coal mining, and expansion of transport infrastructure across the country.
The 284-kilometer Kano-Katsina-Maradi standard gauge rail project and the Kaduna-Kano rail line are nearing completion. Work is progressing well on legacy Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and Sokoto-Badagry Highway. The Federal Executive Council recently approved $3 billion to complete the Eastern Railway project.
In his message to the youth, the President updates Nigerians on various programs and policies which include the Student Loan Scheme, consumer credits, and the Investments in Digital and Creative Enterprises (IDICE) program, all to expand the opportunities for young people and secure the future of a country.
You must continue to dream big, innovate, and conquer more territories in your various fields of science, technology, sport, and art and creative sector. Our administration, through policies and funding, will continue to give you wings to fly sky high.
President Tinubu commends efforts of the security agencies and assures improvements in securing the lives and properties of Nigerians. Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says the country is moving in the right direction, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reforms beginning to yield positive results as he appealed to Nigerians to endure for just a little while longer in the interest of our children and future generations. Akpabio made the appeal in a congratulatory message to commemorate the country's 65th independence anniversary, saluting the resilience, patience, and endurance of citizens in the last 2 years. Akpabio said, as leaders, they appreciate the support and understanding of Nigerians. In line with the theme of this year's celebration, all hands are on deck for a greater Nigeria, Akpabio urged Nigerians to continue to bear the temporary discomfort of the ongoing reforms as the benefits are manifesting. He added that Nigeria is on the right pedestal and the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is reshaping the country, noting that Nigeria is growing and making progress, with a call on all Nigerians to join hands to support the reforms as Nigeria will become better and surely get to the promised land. Also, the Deputy President of the Senate, Barrow Jibrin, has urged Nigerians to remain united and see beyond the current challenges facing the country, noting that what is uppermost now is for all to accord President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the needed support as he propels the nation to prosperity. Senator Barrow, in his message to Nigerians on the occasions of the 65th independence anniversary, appealed to citizens to remain resolute in promoting national unity, offering support and prayers for the government to succeed in its efforts to turn the country's fortunes around positively as the benefits of President Tinubu's economic reforms are beginning to manifest. Senator Barrow, who is also the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, added that the Parliament will continue to work for good governance and support the executive with the necessary legislation to actualize its programs and policies for the good of all. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has given assurances that the years ahead hold a promise of greater unity and prosperity for all Nigerians, just as he advocates collective efforts towards building a nation of our dreams, regardless of religious, ethnic, and political differences. Still in the euphoria of the Independence Day celebration, Speaker Abbas, who turns 60 on October 1st, believes that Nigeria at 65 is on the right path with the ongoing implementation of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. While urging Nigerians to remain undaunted by the security and socio-economic challenges of the nation, the Speaker calls for prayers and patriotism from Nigerians to overcome the challenges. He assures Nigerians of the resolve of the 10th House of Representatives to provide accountable leadership, good governance and dividends of democracy to the people, especially at the grassroots. In the same vein, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, encourages Nigerians to be patient with the implementation of the renewed hope agenda of the present administration towards the development of the country. The Deputy Speaker notes that the agenda encapsulates collective aspirations for a Nigeria where citizens thrive and opportunities abound. Kalu reaffirmed that Parliament will continue to prioritize people-oriented legislations. Now, the Nigerian legislature has traveled a remarkable path from colonial councils to today's National Assembly. Our National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo traces how the institution evolved and what it represents in the country's democratic journey.
The story of the Nigerian legislature begins with the British establishment of a legislative council in Lagos in 1861. Well, this legislative council had serious defects. It was purely advisory with little input from Nigerians. The Clifford Constitution of 1922 and the Richards Constitution of 1946 introduced some changes as they opened the door for more Nigerian participation. By 1951, the Macpherson Constitution created regional houses of assembly, planting the roots of federalism. At independence in 1960, Nigeria adopted the parliamentary bicameral system. It had 44 members of the Senate and 306 members of the House of Representatives at the center, while that of houses of assembly and chiefs operated at the regional level, made up of the Governor General as the Queen's representative.
Because of our diversity in Nigeria, we need to go back to the American democratic way of governance.
It was a proud moment, but short-lived as the military struck on the 15th of January 1966 and swept away the legislative arm of government, leaving governance in the hands of the Supreme Military Council for more than a decade. When democracy returned in 1979, the Second Republic introduced the American style of presidential system that we practice today, with a stronger bicameral National Assembly.
And in 1979, Nigerians decided, by virtue of having a new constitution, to adopt a presidential system of government.
Another military takeover in December 31st, 1983 silenced the legislature, and another military intervention on the 27th of August 1985 further repressed the development of the legislative arm of government. In 1999, Nigeria restored its democracy. The 1999 Constitution retained the bicameral legislature with 109 senators and 360 members of the House of Representatives.
The 1999 Constitution that was crafted by a sitting military government was dropped on our laps with so much defects. Without so many institutions that we have today that are ensuring and making for good governance.
The Parliament passed what is today the EFCC bill, the ICBC bill. The Parliament has put in place laws that will tackle corruption.
From colonial council to today's vibrant National Assembly, the Nigerian legislature has endured trials and rebirths. It now stands as both a symbol of the nation's democratic struggles and the house of the Nigerian people. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Now with me in the studio are two legislators who will be sharing their insights on the trajectory of Nigeria's parliamentary journey since independence. I have here with me a former House of Representatives member, former chairman Nigeria Bar Association, public affairs analyst, and the current national chairman Association of former elected local government chairman of Nigeria, Honorable Shaba Ibrahim. Also with me in the studio is Honorable Chibuke Chido. He's a former member, Anambra State House of Assembly, and a political analyst. You're both welcome to Parliamentary News on NTA.
Yeah, happy independence, great Nigerians, great nations.
Thank you for having me. Congratulations, Nigerians, on our 65th anniversary of our independence.
Let me start with you, Honorable Ibrahim. Our political journey since 1960. How best can you describe our political progress in the legislature?
We have every reason to be grateful to God, at least for some 20-something years of unbroken democratic rule. But I doubt if there's much we have to celebrate. As a former parliamentarian, I know that the parliament, if is operating optimally, it can really leverage on the powers imbued on it, conferred on it by the Constitution to make things work better. But as is always said, it is work in progress.
I'm directing the next question to you, Honorable Chido. Can you speak on the leadership of the legislature since independence?
Successful parliamentary since we have independence in the year 1960 up to date. Well, I will say they tried their best, but it has the caprice of the executive. That is always the thing. If you want to make a law, and the president says no, he doesn't need it, and then they don't usually stand their ground. So the body, legislature are the body that is responsible to make laws. When we make laws, we give the executive to execute. So most of the bills we are seeing, or most of the ones that are scaling through, is a bill that has been introduced by some member of the executive so that it can pass. And anyone the president brings, it goes faster than the other. There are people who are significant when you talk about democracy, parliamentary democracy. You look at it like one of our greatest heroes of late Senator Chubu Okadibo, former Senate President of the nation. The man is sound, he has capacity. Look at his tenure when he entered. It was, his own time was thwarted because he refused a lot of things. So when you have loggerheads with the executive, you are in trouble. So the parliamentary, no parliamentary is, I can't give any parliamentary since independence till date 100%. The highest I can give is 70.
Now back to you, Honorable Ibrahim. You're a member of the Ninth Assembly. What are the peculiarities observed during your assembly compared to those before and after?
Talking about the Ninth Assembly, it was quite robust. A lot of things happened that are capable of changing the future of this country. And if I want to delve more, I think even the 8th was more robust in terms of delivery, where you had the likes of Bukola Saraki as Senate President and the Yakubu Dogara, who was at the other side. Today we have a legislature that is basically, in terms of his activities and utterances of his leadership, is a mere appendage of the executive. And I think it's not going to augur well for our legislative future. The legislature is supposed to oversight the executive and ensure that things work in tandem with not just the letters of the Constitution, but the spirit of the Constitution. But when you have a legislature that is so pliable, a legislature that, with all due respect, does not see anything wrong with whatever the executive is doing, we're all imperiled.
Now, lastly, as we wrap up the interview, Honorable Chedo, how has the Parliament contributed to our sectoral development since independence? Is there any need for change?
When you say you are developing as a nation, and then foreign investors are leaving your country, that's what the issue is. And again, there must be some policies on ground. For example, MTN. You will make calls. They will charge you, but you can't even, hello, 10 minutes have gone. Yeah, you are charged. Even overseas, you can't do that. You go to our DSTV too, pay as you watch. We have an issue here. Issue of electricity. How can I pay when I'm not watching? They tried to bring it to law. How was it? It was killed. See, if we are to develop, I told them, let us, in the next, people are now talking about 2027 election. Fine and good. Let nobody come back again. Everybody should go. Let's have a new face. Let's have a new Nigeria. I've told them, it's now time for the youth to come. Youths were suffering. Anyway, any sector, even in the church, even the other ones are suppressing the youths. Yeah, they want to be on top forever. No, now. You want us, when you say we are the future of the country, allow us. That's also, allow us to do some certain things.
Thanks for your time and insights, Honorable Shaba Ibrahim and Honorable Chibuke Chedo.
It's my pleasure always. Congratulations, Nigerians, on our 65th anniversary of our independence.
Nigeria will hear you. Nigeria is a great country. Thank you for having me. Thank you, viewers, for listening.
Time now to pause for some messages. Parliamentary news continues shortly after the break. Do stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
If you're just joining us, this is Parliamentary News reaching you from NTA Parliament here in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. You can follow the platform on the screen for more updates. Moving on, and still on the 65th Independence Anniversary, Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, NILS, Professor Abubakar Olariwaju Suleiman, has urged Nigerians to believe in Forward Nigeria projects. Professor Suleiman congratulated the leadership of the nation at all levels and indeed Nigerians, stressing the need for greater participation of citizens in building the gains of nationhood from 1960. The Director General said Nigerians should align with the visionary leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and key into bold government's policies and programs. Now, in a bid to promote cohesion through legislative initiative, the Cross River State House of Assembly has promised effective representation while pledging commitment to sustain cooperation with other arms of government for the interests of the people. Udwak Etim reports that this is a message of hope to the people of Cross River State by the 10th Assembly in commemoration of Nigeria's 65th Independence Anniversary.
Effective representation and commitment from government at all levels are crucial to building a greater nation and achieving good governance. For the legislative arm of government in Cross River State, Nigeria has recorded significant milestones in development, and at 65 years of existence as a nation, the country is still progressing despite challenges.
I think we have made tremendous progress to consider the time past when we were under military regime. I think now is better. And with this present government, Prince Bassey Edetutu is so concerned about the people. Those abandoned projects, those abandoned infrastructures that belongs to the people, Prince Bassey Edetutu have started reviving them. In terms of commitment to our job, I think the 10th Assembly, I give it to them. Everybody's doing well for that.
Let me first of all congratulate Nigeria for marking 65 years since independence. Our aim is to come up with motions and bills that can bring about development. So far, so good. My bills and my motions are tailored towards development, towards improving the income, the revenue of the state, towards also improving the livelihood of our people, of our citizens.
In commemoration of Nigeria's 65th Independence Anniversary, members of the 10th Assembly in their separate interview highlighted their contributions to the state and nation's growth.
Right from the inception of independence, we have noticed so many changes in the country. There's a lot of improvement in the country, ranging from agriculture, security, and all whatnot. In this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have recorded remarkable peace in the country. Coming to our state here, our governor, Prince Bassey Edetutu, is doing very well in the area of security. And also, as a legislator, it is our duty to help the state and to make laws that will favor the citizenry.
While congratulating Nigerians on this year's independence celebration, the Cross River State House of Assembly called on the people of the state to be patient, as the House will continue to make laws that will benefit citizens, even as it called for unity to achieve progress. In Calabar, Udwak Etem, NTA News.
Now, this is where we draw the curtains on parliamentary news for this evening. For more updates, kindly follow NTA Parliament on the platforms scrolling on your screen. Thanks for staying tuned once again. I'm Lami Ali. Happy 65th Independence Anniversary, and bye for now.